Hey everybody, it's low carb and keto nutrition specialist Amy Berger bringing you the one and only keto without the crazy. If you've been watching my channel for a while, then you know that I am constantly talking about all of the amazing things that ketogenic diets can do for us, totally unrelated to weight loss, right? So why am I all of a sudden telling you to stop celebrating those non-scale victories? Trick question, trick title. I don't want you to stop celebrating non-scale victories, but I would love for you to stop calling them non-scale victories. Before I get into the details, I have to give credit where it's due. This video, this topic was inspired by one of my mentors, Corey Little. And he hosts a podcast called Real Life Weight Loss. I've mentioned it in previous videos, highly recommended. He's not a keto guy by any stretch. Most of what he teaches is mindset. And I think that you will find a ton of value in his podcast, even if he's not talking about keto, because again, it's all mindset strategies, habit change, self-image, how you see yourself. Anyway, real life weight loss. Corey discussed this during a private call. I'm in a membership that he runs, and this topic came up, and I was like, ooh, that's a great one. I'm going to do that for my group. So I never like to steal. You all know I will give credit where it's due. Okay. Now, I may be looking down from time to time because I originally covered this topic as a post or an essay on Substack. Anyone on Substack? Substack is a platform that is mostly for writers, and it's not all long form, but it's kind of long form. It's kind of the new iteration of blogs, or I like to think of it as essays. And I am actually a writer at heart. My first love was writing. My still kind of favorite love is writing. My undergraduate degree is actually in creative writing, and my master's degree is in human nutrition. So when I get to write books about keto or low carb or blog posts and stuff, I get to combine the two. What could be better? So I am on Substack now. Please check me out there. I'll put a link to my Substack in the description. I've only written a few posts so far. More will be coming. I can't guarantee when, but I definitely do plan to get back to writing there. But in the meantime, those of you that happen to be on Substack, please do follow me. Let's see, what else can I say about that before I get started? All right, I covered the problem with non-scale victories in a Substack post, and I was going to just read this, but I don't like the way that comes across, so I kind of want to, I'm going to have to look down at it from time to time because I don't want to forget any of the critical points. So if you see me looking down, then all right, we'll just pretend like it's notes. So why don't I like the term non-scale victory, right? Especially when I am always talking up all the great things that can happen on keto, regardless of whether somebody loses weight, right? You can completely reverse diabetes, like stop taking insulin for diabetes, get off all your oral medication, basically have totally normal blood sugar with no medication. You can radically improve blood sugar control in type 1 diabetes with a ketogenic diet. You will always still need insulin, but you can much better manage your blood sugar. You can get rid of PCOS. You can reverse fatty liver disease. So many people improve migraines on keto. A lot of people improve skin issues, heartburn, joint pain. I mean, just the mental clarity. The list is almost endless. And none of these have anything to do with making your body smaller. So if these things are so great, why don't I like when people call them non-scale victories? Well, it's precisely because they are so great that we shouldn't have to qualify them. Oh, it's a non-scale victory. We shouldn't have to put any sort of thing in front of it. Why can't it just be a victory? If you reverse type 2 diabetes, that is just plain a victory, and a freaking outstanding one at that. If you, let's say you haven't reversed your diabetes yet, but you've dropped your A1C 3 whole points, that is not a non-scale victory. That is just a plain victory. Same thing if you have totally normalized your hormones and PCOS and you have maybe conceived a child when you were previously struggling with infertility. And again, if your heartburn is gone, your joint pain is gone, your migraines are gone, all of this amazing stuff is happening. It's because those things are so powerful and they can be so life-changing and improve your quality of life so much that they deserve to be recognized more. And when we use the phrase non-scale victory, we might not intend to do this, but we are downplaying the significance. It's a non-scale victory. The reason we say non-scale is because we are using weight loss as the gold standard. Weight loss is the best, most important thing that any of us could ever do. Therefore, anything that's not weight loss is a non-scale victory. It is less than. It has to be qualified as like, oh, here's this amazing thing that happened to me on keto. Oh, but it wasn't weight loss. It's a non-scale victory. Are you kidding me? We have to stop downplaying this great stuff. And we have to stop using weight loss as the bar against which everything else is measured. Think about people who do keto who don't have weight loss as a goal at all. Not everybody who does keto wants to lose weight. There are people who are underweight who use keto to gain healthy needed mass. There's actually some interesting papers that were published recently, in fact, on keto for anorexia, for keto and close to carnivore diets, restoring healthy weight in people. So keto is not automatically a weight loss diet. You can gain weight if you need to. There are people using keto for mental health now. I've talked about that previously. Astounding, absolutely phenomenal transformations in mental health. Schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, major depressive disorder, anxiety, OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder for those of you outside the US. What if those people are already at a weight they're perfectly happy with? I hesitate to use the phrase normal weight or healthy weight because I don't think either of those even exists. Totally subjective. But let's say somebody is living with one of those debilitating, disabling mental health conditions, but they are at a weight that they are content with. They don't care whether they lose weight, but it would be pretty friggin' nice if their schizophrenia went away. And so if it does, as it is for more and more people who are doing keto for mental health, do you think they care? Okay, my decade-long major depression is gone. All of a sudden, the sun is shining in my mental and emotional world. I feel good. I want to go out and socialize. Do you think they give a crap that they haven't lost weight? If your schizophrenia goes away, if your bipolar goes away, that is not a non-scale victory. That is a victory. Done. Plain and simple, it's a victory, period. We don't have to qualify it as, oh, well, my lifelong hallucinations are gone, but I didn't lose weight. So the fact that my schizophrenia disappeared after 3 weeks on keto, that's a non-scale victory. Can I say it again? You've got to be kidding me, everyone. We have to stop using weight loss as the benchmark. We have to stop using that as the gold standard, and anything that isn't weight loss is a non-scale victory. We could just as easily use weight loss as a non-something else victory. I lost 10 pounds. That's a non-diabetes reversal victory. That's a non-hypertension improvement victory, right? Why is everything compared to weight loss instead of weight loss being compared to everything else or something else? We just glorify weight loss so much. And I'm going to look down here to make sure I'm not forgetting anything really critical. Yeah, again, it just using that qualifier, non-scale. And I know we don't intend to do this, but the meaning is, and the connotation is, that it is less than somehow. So why is losing weight more important than reversing your PCOS or reversing your fatty liver or never having a migraine again or being able to ditch your antacids forevermore? Why is weight loss more worthy of recognition, or why is a smaller clothing size more worthy of recognition than reducing or completely eliminating medications or being able to like cross various conditions off your list of stuff that you have, right? And I know it's kind of just semantics, like, Amy, it's just words, non-scale victory, like you're making such a big deal. I'm not making that big a deal of it. I'm just presenting this because I think it's worth talking about. And words matter. I said I'm a writer. Guess what? So it's just semantics. No, semantics matter to me anyway. Maybe not to anyone else out there, but as a writer, like, yeah, words actually do matter. So, you know, by using weight loss as the reference point, again, everything is a non-scale victory because we are measuring everything against the scale, against weight loss. That is the reference point. By doing that, we are glorifying weight loss, again, as like the most important, most relevant, most impactful thing that could happen, when it is actually pretty low on the list of life-changing, major, impactful things that can happen when you compare it to being free of type 2 diabetes, or massively improving the control of your blood sugar in type 1, or being free of all those, you know, debilitating sort of mental health conditions and all the other multiple sclerosis, you know, epilepsy, all these other things that people are using keto for. So now before I forget, well, two things. Let's go back to things like multiple sclerosis and PCOS and hypertension, metabolic syndrome, cardiovascular disease, gout, all of these, you know, kidney disease, all of these things that keto is really helpful for. Did Amy just say keto is helpful for kidney disease? Yes, I'll put some links in the notes. Keto definitely is not harmful for your kidneys. But yeah, what if you are someone who is using keto for some other reason other than weight loss, then you're never going to have a scale victory. Everything you accomplish is going to be a non-scale victory. If your blood pressure gets to a normal level, that's a non-scale victory. If your schizophrenia goes away, if your depression goes away, if your IBS goes away, if your Crohn's or colitis go away, if your skin tags go away, if your adult acne clears up, your joint pain goes away. So anyone doing keto for any of those reasons who is already at a weight they're content with, they're never going to have a scale victory. Everything they do is going to be non-scale. But again, do you think they care? Do you think someone who, you know, has gnarled up and like swollen, inflamed, painful joints, if that goes away and they can play the piano again or play the guitar again or whatever they do, play the clarinet again like Amy Berger does, cook, do whatever, you know, do puzzles, art, whatever, paint, whatever requires manual dexterity. Do you think they give a you know what, that they haven't lost weight if some debilitating issue has cleared up? So let's see. Okay, yeah. I said there were two things. That was the one. Like, some people will never have a scale victory, and who cares? Like, that shouldn't be. Why is a scale victory the biggest thing? Second thing, I don't want to downplay how significant weight loss actually can be, particularly if you are someone who has been overweight or who has lived with obesity for most or all of your life. It can be life-changing to lose the weight, or some of the weight even, especially if your mobility improves as a result, if your quality of life improves as a result, if your self-esteem improves as a result. Please no one watch this and come away thinking that I'm saying we should not celebrate weight loss. We absolutely should, if it's something you have been wanting to do and trying to do. And again, if it's something where it can really affect your quality of life in a positive way, then celebrate the hell out of that. You should absolutely be proud of that. But we we don't need to make it more important than anything else that somebody could accomplish on keto. You know, I know people who have reversed type 2 diabetes or improved a number of other issues, and they'd still like to lose maybe 10, 15, 20 pounds, maybe a little less, whatever. But they have come right out and said, yeah, I'd like to lose a few more, but I will continue to eat this way forever, even if I never lose another pound. They feel so good. Their health has improved so much. Maybe their energy is so good, their mental clarity, their mood is so good that they really don't care if they're a little fluffier than they'd like to be, because they just feel so much better. Yeah, so again, I don't want to downplay the importance and significance of these amazing non-scale victories by calling them non-scale victories, but I also don't want to downplay that significance of weight loss, especially if it is a really, really substantial weight loss, 50 pounds, 100 pounds or more. Or if you're short, I'm a really short gal. If you ever meet me in person, 15 or 20 pounds makes a huge difference on me. So that could even be a lot for somebody. So we don't want to not celebrate weight loss, but we don't want to put it above anything else, is what I'm saying. Okay. I think I've got to most of this. Yeah, really, really. For the sake of our self-esteem and our body image and our emotional health, can we just please stop using weight loss and the scale as that benchmark and as the gold standard against which we measure or compare everything else? And I do not expect the phrase non-scale victory or the abbreviation NSV, you'll see that online a lot, I don't expect these to go away, right? I don't expect them to disappear overnight or at all, and they don't need to. We don't need to stop using these. They've been used for so long. It's almost just like shorthand for us. It just sort of rolls off our fingers or off our thumbs if we're on a phone. So I don't expect all of us to stop saying this, but I just wanted to plant this seed. And maybe you can start your own little personal private movement that you, as an individual, will not use this phrase anymore. If you, next time something good happens that's unrelated to weight, you can just say, I had this awesome victory last week. I was able to cut my blood pressure medicine in half. Or my doctor deprescribed, meaning told me to stop taking my metformin, my Jardiance, whatever. I haven't needed to pop an aspirin for a headache in 60 days. What a great victory that is. You don't have to say it's a non-scale victory. Okay, that's enough for this one. Let's stick a fork in it. It's done. Let's see. Do I have any news for you to tell you about? No, just subscribe to my Substack if you are so inclined. I'm also on Patreon. If you need support, if you need help, if you would like to have live interactive calls with me every week, check out my Patreon. It's a monthly subscription. You can cancel at any time if it's not a good fit for you. And other than that, I'm available for private consultations. I don't just make videos and I don't just write Substack if I ever get back to writing again. I'm a nutritionist with whom you can consult one-on-one. You can book a private call. The initial call is 90 minutes, so we have lots of time to cover all the details, address all your concerns and questions. The links to everything are in the notes. And feel free to check out that Corey Little Real Life Weight Loss podcast. And that's it, I guess. Thank you for watching, as always. If you're not subscribed already, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. And thank you if you do subscribe. And thank you. I will see you next time. And until then, keep the crazy out of your keto.